So I heard you've just bought the dog tracker from Vodafone.
Yeah, it's the Kippy Evolution or Kippy Evo or something like that.
And how long have you had it for?
Probably about a month, a few weeks.
And has it been working okay for you?
Yeah, it's been working fine. It's waterproof, unlike my last model.
Yeah.
That I had. Yeah.
Have you lost your dog yet? Which is this one here, by the way.
Yeah, she ran away from me when we were here doing this very thing.
Okay.
I let her off the lead
and
let her play with some other dogs, and she got bored and took herself home.
Okay, and did she have the Kippy on then?
Not that one, no. She had the older model, which it's similar.
Yeah.
It's got a different app.
Yeah.
That you use it with, and I pretty much knew she was heading in the direction of home. And as I was running after her, I got the app out and I looked at it, and I knew she was heading that way.
Yeah.
So, I had a bit of reassurance.
And in this new one, how is it better?
Well, the new one's waterproof,
right?
Because she took the last one through a river.
Yeah.
It's also I can remotely trigger a flashing light on it. So if I was in the dark, and she ran into bushes or something like that, I could go to the app, and I could press flashing light, and then I'd be able to see a flashing light in the distance.
And have you tried that?
I put it on once as instead of having one of those lights like that people have on them when they walk them in nighttime or in the dark.
Yeah.
I did it once when that, just so, I don't know, other pedestrians or traffic could see.
Okay.
A bit better.
And it was good, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it worked.
And have you tried it without any internet signal? So it's just using GPS?
No, I don't think it actually works without internet signal.
Because this is the problem I had, that I tried it in Yorkshire, and it didn't really work without internet signal. Now, I think I may have found a workaround.
Right. Okay.
But I've got to try it without internet signal.
Yeah.
And the workaround is this. When you leave the Bluetooth on, the device doesn't seem to pick up any pings. Now, it's supposed to ping a GPS ping every 15 minutes if you have it set to that.
Right.
Okay.
So saying turn the Bluetooth off.
So when I turned the Bluetooth off, what it did is it allowed it to ping. So when I looked at the historical map, I had all these pings. When you select it to find them, obviously you get your however long.
It would be historical but not live, you mean then?
No, because you have to get back to the internet for the map. So the only problem is, of course, is that you probably can't turn that feature on unless you're in an internet signal.
Yeah.
But the problem I had is that with the Bluetooth on, it wasn't even giving me the 15-minute pings of GPS pings.
See, because what I find is if I'm in Bluetooth range of her, it will default to Bluetooth, and it will tell me roughly how many feet she is away. But the Bluetooth range is a lot shorter. Yeah. So it's not as useful if you're in the countryside and they've gone far. But if I was in this park, say, I would be able to tell with the Bluetooth range that she was over there, through behind those trees where I can't physically see her. Yes. But the Bluetooth would tell me.
And then when it goes out of that, it pings back to internet, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Now the thing is what I found is that when you haven't got the internet, it will still do the Bluetooth out of internet, but instead of it pinging back to GPS, which it should do, it didn't seem to do that. It just seemed to go, right, I've lost it now.
So you've had that same one?
I bought the same one. I bought it a couple of weeks ago with a deal on Vodafone.
Yeah, I got it with the deal as well. I've noticed it's doubled in price since.
Yeah, so. And to be fair, my tests have shown that it works really well, except for when I was in Yorkshire. Now, I want this device to be good when I'm in the middle of nowhere. Yeah. So I want the GPS to work, at least so it shows me a map every 15 minutes of where she is. So if I did lose her, I can go, well, there's where she was for the last 15 minutes.
Satellite phone then,
so we need a satellite phone.
or some form of radio transmitter, which is why, when you watch the documentaries and they attach them to the lions, they're not tracking it on a screen. They've got headphones and a big aerial,
right, okay.
and they're listening for the blip that it gives off from the aerial signal. Yeah. And that's how they track them. Maybe there's no internet signal there.
Maybe I'm asking too much from this little device.
Maybe, I think so. Yeah.
Have a little walk and talk.
Yeah. It's I think I through using this app, I figured out why. Because I think you see those documentaries and you see that huge necklace that the lions have or whatever when they're trying to track them, and can't they make them smaller? Well, they could if you had a good internet connection. Yeah. Obviously, but because they probably won't have a good internet connection in the middle of the savannah or whatever. No. They have to use different ways, and the radio signal way is obviously how you do it, which mobile phones don't have that built-in capability, do they? So.
Well, what I'd hoped is my van tracker will track, it will just ping a GPS signal So even if it goes out of range, it seems to still ping a signal.
Is that one that the insurance company set up?
No, that's one I bought myself. Yeah, it's a cheap Chinese one with a SIM card, and it seems to ping. It uses the internet every 15 seconds, but even when the internet drops out, it seems to still be able to map where I am. So,
but what does it do it in lifetime, or does it just map it and then you look at it later when you have signal?
So as soon as you look at the signal, it'll give you a detailed version of where you are and where it was last found, where it last was, and that seems to work pretty well. So I'm hoping this one, the GPS, will at least ping every 15 minutes, and then when I do get to a signal and see the map, I can go, well, that's where
she's been.
If I can get there in half an hour, that's given me a 45-minute window. So we'll see. But it's yet to do some more tests yet, but.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is I've not brought this one into the countryside yet because I take her to Wales.
Yeah.
Because I've been car camping with her myself.
And there, yeah.
So other side now.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. There, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I've taken her to Wales, but I didn't let her off the lead when I was there. So she's only very young though. When she's older, I think I'll be able to trust her a bit more off the lead. But at the minute, she's only in enclosed parks.
What would you give the Evo out of 10 then so far?
So far, I'd probably still give it an 8.
Okay.
Out of 10. She's been. I mean, she's sopping wet now.
Yeah.
She got it covered in mud the other day. It was completely ruined. She's bitten it. I found bite marks on it.
Right.
Well, it might not have been her. It might have been another dog in the playing.
Yeah.
And it's held up, and the other one wouldn't have held up to that.
Okay.
The other one I had was just the previous model, also by Vodafone.
Yeah.
But it was called the.
So you've got a bit of experience here.
Yeah. Well, I haven't had the dog long, but yeah. We've been through two on my second tracker. So.
How old's the dog?
The other one, she's only about 6 months.
Oh, okay.
So the other tracker is still useful because it still works, even though it got wet. I tried it out and it works. It still works fine. And the other tracker is still useful. I'm going to put it in my suitcases when I travel.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah.
Just for peace of mind for that.
Yeah.
Or leave it in the rental car, and you find your way back to it. I mean, Google has features like that anyway, but you know what I mean. Yeah. There's plenty of uses for it, you know.
So I'm gonna give the tracker 4 out of 10 at the moment.
Right. Okay.
Because it does work for those things you've said.
It didn't work.
But it didn't work in the countryside in Yorkshire. The Yorkshire.
I think I wasn't expecting it to. That's the
right.
difference,
Okay.
Because I wasn't expecting it.
But if I can get the GPS to work to every 15 minutes pings, and I can historically pick it up on a map,
then you'd make it higher.
Then I think I'd give it like a good mark then.
Fair enough.
But so I need to test that out.
I was going to ask you, what is it for then? What are you filming for? Do you have like a YouTube channel or something?
Yes,
like
I do. And actually, I'm just testing out this new app, which is called Double Take, where you can film 2 cameras at once. Yeah. And I've got the selfie stick because when I tested it out before, I was too close. Yeah. But I thought, you know what, I could
you don't want to be holding your arm out all the way like that, because your arm gets tired for it.
That's it. And the stabilisation stops all this wobble in the camera like that. It will stabilise it.
No, it looks like it's worked quite well so far.
So you might. So I'll have a look at it, and I might post you up there, and we can be the first review because I noticed it's quite a new device, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So when you say your van, is it a van that you camp out of then?
Yeah, so I've made my own camper van. It's out of a Volkswagen Crafter. I spent like 4.5 months converting it.
That's literally the dream for me, you know.
Yeah.
It's literally the dream for me. What I want to do.
That's exactly what I thought. And I thought I'll do a vlog called Scoobie-Dee, which is basically me and middle-aged man goes off on a wander with his dog in nature around Europe. Because I thought most of the van life ones are millennials, and then the ones that are older are more couples going away. Yeah. So I thought, why not do one where it's just about me and the dog running around, getting up to fun stuff, and the experience of doing that as well on your own with a dog, you know. So that was the idea of it. So these are like all build up.
I mean, that's definitely something that I would have. I'm surprised I'm not already subscribed. To be fair.
Oh, okay.
The amount of different people.
Where's she gone there? Let's get a close up of the Kippy. Can we see the Kippy there on you without you biting the camera? There we go. Look, so this is quite a small, young beagle at the moment. So it's quite large on her, but that's because she's quite small. And how old is she again?
She's about 6 months.
How often do you charge it?
It's about every week, maybe once a week. The other one lasted...
Once a week? Yeah, that's amazing.
Once a week, yeah. The other one lasted even longer, which actually it said on it, 8 days. And you know when you buy something you think it's not going to last as long as it says, it'll probably be 5. This actually lasts about a week.
I tell you, if you've been using the I've got to get this mic on the right side. Yeah, if you've new to this, if you and now we're in shadow, look, so we have to get. There we go.
I didn't realise how difficult. This was,
well, I think once you get used to all these things, like getting the person on the right side, getting the light right, it will come natural.
Yeah.
But when you first do it, you just start talking and don't realise. But what I was going to say is that if you use the Kippy as much as I've been using it, with all the GPS features, you're lucky to get 2 days.
Oh no, you know, we've only just got it. I'll occasionally go on the app just to see. Oh, I wonder if my wife's taking her for a walk or not, or I wonder where she is.
Okay,
so I've looked
a bit
at that,
spying.
and I've only done that once or twice, and I thought, oh, they've gone down to the river, or oh, they've gone to the play in the field. So I know where they are.
Yeah. And what's the name of the dog again, just so we
Pumpkin.
can. Pumpkin has been modelling the Kippy today.
Yeah.
Yeah, she gets credits for that. Great, thanks very much, Will.
Good, thanks.